So in the last lectures I discussed SPI, serial peripheral interface communication protocol. Now today I will discuss the I2C communication protocol. So these two protocols, communication protocols, you have to study. Okay. So first I will see that the I2C protocol. So what is the meaning of I2C? That indicates inter-integrated circuit. Okay. In some books you can get the I2C. In some book you can get I2C. So both are same. Don't worry about that. So you will see that I2C is a synchronous. So it means that you can send a block of data in a single time interval. Okay. And then it is also multi-master. It is having more than one master devices and also more than one slave devices, depending upon the configurations. Next, it is a packet switched and it is single-ended. So this is a serial computer was invented by 1982 by Philips Semiconductor. So I2C और SPI में basic difference क्या है? First you have to see that I2C and SPI both are synchronous, no problem. But in SPI only one master device is there. But in I2C you can invent more than one master devices. Multi-slaves in I2C also present, but in SPI also present multi-slaves, no problem in that. Okay. So SPI is discovered by the Motorola and I2C is discovered by the Philips Semiconductor. You have to remember this. Now, when will use I2C protocol? So it is widely used for attaching lower speed peripheral ICs to processor and microcontrollers in a short distance intra-board communication. Let us see. Sometimes कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि हमारी सिस्टम की फ्रीक्वेंसी कुछ और है और जो हम इनपुट और आउटपुट डिवाइस लगाते हैं उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी कुछ और है. ठीक है. तो अगर हम फ्रीक्वेंसी इससे कम होती है तो हम उसको बोलते हैं लोअर स्पीड पेरिफेरल्स. जैसे तुमने सेंसर अटैच किया तो इट्स फाइन, सेंसर की कैपेसिटी कुछ होगी डेटा रिसीव करने की, बट प्रोसेसर की कैपेसिटी कुछ होगी. तो हम क्या करते हैं, जब हमारा लो स्पीड पेरिफेरल आईसी अगर कनेक्ट करना हो या कोई डिवाइस कनेक्ट करनी हो, देन वी विल यूज द I2C communication protocol. Okay, and also it is used for the short distance and intra-board communication. What is the meaning of intra-board communication? It means that it communicates two devices within the circuit board. Like you can see the motherboard. In motherboard there are a lot of devices are embedded in there. Okay, so with the help of this you can interface, you can communicate with the help of intra-board communications. So this is also useful. So now you can see what is the strength of I2C protocol? The capability of microcontrollers to control a network of devices with just two general purpose input-output pins and software. Already I discussed in SPI protocols there are more number of pins required, but in I2C only two general purpose input-output pins are required for controlling all the networks. Okay, so you have to remember like this. You can differentiate between the SPI and I2C. You can easily able to remember that. So there are so many bus technologies are also available which is used in a serial peripheral interface bus, require more pins and signals to connect multiple devices. But in I2C only two pins required. So in this way you can tell that I2C is more efficient. And also I2C uses only two bidirectional open drain lines. So open drain lines, one is called serial data line and another is called serial clock lines. So serial data lines is SDA in short form and serial clock line SCL with pulled up with registers. What will happen? Actually क्या होता है कि हम विद द हेल्प ऑफ ओपन ड्रेन्स हम करते क्या है, ठीक है, करने का मतलब क्या होता है, कभी कभी सिग्नल्स के हमें लो ही रखनी होती है कि वो अपने आप हाई ना हो जाए, ठीक है, तो इसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, पुल अप रेसिस्टर्स यूज करते हैं. The common voltages used will be plus 5 volt or plus 3.3 volt, although systems with other voltages permitted. See, there are some microcontrollers are available in that varieties or voltage options are available. Like if you will study MSP 430 in the next after second unit, what will happen? In this there are 3 or 4 voltage levels are defined. If you want, you can choose any other voltage levels. Okay, no problem in that. So now this is the design of hardware. Now you can see this is for the master and this is for slave. One is used for master and one is slave. I am talking about one master and one slave. Now you can see here, this is open drain, this is open drain, this is open drain, this is open drain. Okay, so this is open drain. It will used for the keeps the data SDA lines high. SDA lines high. Remember that there are two lines, that is called, this is this one line and this is the another line. So this is SDA line and this is the SCL line, clock line. That's why with the help of clock generator we are generating the clocks and feeding to the slaves. And also if you want to disable the clock, you can use with the help of this clock disable signals, you can feed to this buffer and it will automatically disconnect the slaves. So with the help of core logics, whatever logics are there, if you want to send the data, this is the data registers. With the help of data registers, you can send the data with SDA lines to the slave. So in the master and slave, both are having data registers. The data registers is used for the saving the data. Wherever registers will be used, it will store the data. Okay, so this is a hardware design of I2C protocols. So now the next is, there are more than one master will communicate and there are more than one slaves will be there. Now I am showing one master is connected with the 3 slaves. All slaves will be communicated with the SDA lines and SCL lines. There are only 2 pins. Okay, but in the case of SPI, you can see that there are 4 pins required for connecting one slaves. Okay. Now you can see in I2C bus drivers, what will happen? We are keeping the open drain. Why I am keeping the open drain? It means that they can pull the corresponding signal line low, but cannot drive it high. Okay, so it means that somewhere you have studied in the high impedance state. If you कोई लाइन की अगर जरूरत नहीं होती तो उसको हम क्या करते हैं, हाई इंपेडेंस में रखते हैं. उससे क्या होता है कि उससे हम आउटपुट हम कंसीडर नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है. एंड ऑल्सो देयर कैन बी नो बस कनेक्शन. There can be no bus connections where one device is trying to drive the line high while another tries to pull it low. Now you can see what will happen. Let us consider if you are driving SDA line low. So for all slaves it will working as a low. Correct? So in between ऐसा नहीं हो कि ये line अपने आप high हो जाए. That's why we are keeping the open drain facilities. Okay, so each signal line has a pull-up registers on it to restore the signal high when no device is asserting it low. Okay, The next is the I2C reference design has a 7-bit address space. Now there are two things. One is address space, another is address frame, and another is data frames. So we will talk about that. What is address bus and what is data bus? In I2C, in case of I2C, you can tell that this is an address frame or this is the data frame. If you want to send the data, so address is required in the case of I2C. But in SPI, what will happen? There is no need of address lines. Remember that. So in this case, 7-bit address space is available. The common speed is 100 kilobytes per second in a standard mode and 400 kilobytes in a fast mode. So there are two types of modes. I2C दो मोड में काम करता है, ठीक है. इसमें स्टैंडर्ड मोड में क्या करेगा, मैक्सिमम स्पीड इसकी कितना होगा 100 किलोबाइट्स एंड फास्ट मोड में 400 किलोबाइट्स. So now here, if you want to connect the I2C, you need an address bus. Okay. So some limitations is there for address bus. So that's why it is written the maximal number of nodes is limited by the address space and also by the total bus capacitance, that is value of 400 picofarad, which restricts practical communication distance to a few meters. Also, already talked about that it is used for a short distance. So why it is used for a short distance? The reason is this required address space, and that address space will be defined if you are keeping in the long term. अगर हम लंबी दूरी के लिए करेंगे तो क्या होगा, एड्रेस बस सिर्फ एड्रेस सेंड करने में ही इतना टाइम लगेगा कि डेटा सेंड करना उसके बाद की बात है, ठीक है. तो हम क्या करते हैं, इसको शॉर्ट डिस्टेंस के लिए करते हैं, और जिसमें शॉर्ट डिस्टेंस के लिए जो हम लाइंस फेड करते हैं उस लाइंस की कैपेसिटेंस वैल्यू 400 पिकोफैराड तक होती है, ठीक है. यही 400 पिकोफैराड होता है, वो क्या करता है, डिस्टेंस को छोटा कर देता है, ज्यादा दूर हम सेंड नहीं कर सकते. Okay, so the relatively high impedance and low noise immunity requires a common ground potential, which again restricts practical use to communicate within the same PC board or small system boards. क्या होता है कि हम I2C communications protocols जो है उसको हम यूज कहाँ करते हैं, विदिन द बोर्ड. मतलब अगर मदरबोर्ड है तो मदरबोर्ड में कोई भी चीजें हमें काम करनी है, कोई भी इंटरफेस करनी है, तब हम क्या करते हैं, उसमें I2C यूज करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि शॉर्ट डिस्टेंस के लिए हमारे पास 2 पिंस रिक्वायर्ड है, ठीक है. हमारा यूएस, जैसे मान लो यूएसबी पोर्ट है, यूएसबी पोर्ट में कितनी होती है, 4 पिंस होते हैं, ठीक है. यूएसबी पोर्ट में 4 पिंस होते हैं. तो 4 पिंस करता क्या है, एक तो प्लस वीसीसी, दूसरा ग्राउंड सप्लाई करता है, दूसरा ग्राउंड होता है एक ट्रांसमीटर लाइंस और दूसरा रिसीवर लाइंस. ओके, तो यहां भी क्या है, 2 पिंस की रिक्वायरमेंट है. इफ यू वांट टू सेंड दैट डेटा यू रिक्वायर 2 पिंस, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कनेक्टेड टू द I2C कम्युनिकेशन प्रोटोकॉल. अगर मान लो कि हम इसको SPI से कनेक्ट करें तो क्या होगा. अब SPI से अगर हम कनेक्ट करते हैं तो हमें पता नहीं चलेगा, अगर हम एक पोर्ट को डेटा सेंड करेंगे तो दूसरे पोर्ट को भी डेटा सेंड करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. क्योंकि उसमें एड्रेस की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होती है, सिर्फ लाइन ऑफ कनेक्शंस है. तो लाइन ऑफ कनेक्शंस है, तो अगर उस लाइन से हम डेटा सेंड करेंगे तो जहां जहां रास्ता है वहां चला जाएगा. फाइन. तो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन SPI एंड I2C. नाउ हाउ कैन यू डिजाइन दिस I2C? When we are talking about that, there are 2 nodes. One is master node and another is master node, another is slave node. Okay. What is the use of master node? The nodes that generates the clock and initiate communication with slaves. Okay. So master is responsible for generating the clocks and starting the initiating the communications with slaves. What about the slave node? Slave node receives the clock and respond when addressed by the master. मान लीजिए कि 4-5 स्लेव्स लगे हैं, ठीक है. तो 4-5 स्लेव्स लगे हैं तो हर स्लेव्स का डिफरेंट एड्रेस होगा. जिसके लिए मास्टर क्या करेगा, उस एड्रेस को इनिशिएट करेगा, वही स्लेव क्या करेगा, रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा। ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं कि एक हम दे देंगे तो सारा रिस्पॉन्ड कर देगा, जिससे एड्रेस मैच करेगा वही रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा, रिमेंबर दैट। So the bus is a multi-master bus, which means that any number of master modes can be present, and also master and slave roles may be changed between the masses. What will happen in SPI? Always masters initiates all the things, but in the I2C protocol, if slaves want to communicate, what he has to do? He had to master will send a stop signals, so that he is indicating to the slaves, I am not going to transfer the data. Simple, you can understand that. The master will not going to send the data at that time. With that SDA lines, the slave will transfer the data. Okay. So now there are four modes of operation for I2C protocol. Now you can see in 4 modes: master transmit, master receive, slave transmit, slave receive. There are 4 options are available. In master transmit, what will happen? The master node is sending data to a slave. In master receive, what will happen? The master node is receiving data from a slave. Slave transmit, slave node is sending data to master, and slave receive is slave node is receiving data from the master. 4 ऑप्शन हमारे पास है, या तो मास्टर डेटा सेंड करेगा, या मास्टर डेटा रिसीव करेगा, स्लेव डेटा सेंड करेगा, या स्लेव डेटा रिसीव करेगा। फाइन। तो जब मास्टर डेटा ट्रांसमिट करेगा, इट मींस दैट स्लेव इज रेडी फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग द डेटा। इफ मास्टर इज ready for receive the data, it means that slave is trying to send the data to masters. Okay, so these things will happen. So there are 4 operations which is carried out by the I2C communication protocol. Now you can see in I2C, I told you that there are 2 frames, that is called address frames and data frames. So now you have to see that, check that what is the frame format of the I2C communication protocol. Now I told you there are only 2 lines. One is called SDA and another is called SCA. So this is the clocks. So this line is going through the clock. Now what will happen? The first case, the clock master initiates the clock. If the master initiates the clock, and then master will send the address through the SDA line. So this is the address. There are 7-bit address. With the help of this address, the master will find that from which slave master wants to communicate. Okay. Again, after sending the address, you will use the read-write operations. Either you can reading the data or you can write the data. After that, this is the acknowledgement. This is the acknowledgement bit. I will tell you what is the use of acknowledgement bit. Acknowledgement bit का मतलब क्या है? मैंने डेटा सेंड किया, लेकिन डेटा सेंड हुआ या नहीं, who will tell that? So in I2C protocol, one acknowledgement bits are there. With the help of this bit, you can tell that whatever data I sent, that data will be reached to the destination. After that, this is the data which is sent to the slaves. Means there are number of steps. First, the master sends the address through the SDA line. See, there are only one single lines which is used for the address and also which is used for the data. So with the help of SDA lines, you can send the address and you can send the data. So now the first thing is, if you want to communicate with slave devices, that slave address will be sent through the SDA lines. That address space is of 7-bit. Okay. Next, after sending that, if you want to read or write with slave devices, for that you have to send the data read write value. After that, acknowledgement signal will be reached. Then you can send the data, whatever the data is available. Okay, so this is always sending a byte of data. So byte of data, it means that 1 byte means 8-bit data. You can send once, again you can send 8-bit data, you can send 8-bit data, like that. So this is a frame format. Now you can see, I already told you there are two frames. One is called address frame and this is called data frame. So the master indicates the slave in which the message is to be sent. Okay, तो जिस स्लेव से कम्युनिकेट करनी है आपको, उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग स्लेव की एड्रेस हमें फिट करनी पड़ेगी, और वो एड्रेस जिस स्लेव से मैच होगा, दैट स्लेव विल बी रेडी थ्रू communication purpose. Next is a data frame. These are 8-bit data messages passed from the master to slave or slave to master. Okay, so first you have to send the address frame, then you have to send the data frame. Data is placed on a SDA line after SCL goes low. Remember that. And it's sampled after SCL line goes high. SDA से डेटा हम कब ट्रांसफर करेंगे, जब SCL की वैल्यू लो होगी. You can send that. Here this clock is low. Here this clock is low. That's why we are trying to send the data. Here also I'm trying to send the address. Okay, so whenever it is low, you can send the, otherwise. तो हाई में क्या होगा, अगर क्लॉक हाई होगा तब क्या करेगा, ये जो भी डेटा है ये डेटा सैंपल्ड होगा मास्टर के पास या स्लेव के पास. अगर मास्टर डेटा सेंड कर रहा है तो स्लेव सैंपल करेगा, अगर स्लेव डेटा सेंड कर रहा है तो मास्टर सैंपल करेगा. सो नाउ हाउ कैन start the communication? Same thing I will discuss. To initiate the address frame, the master devices leaves SCL high and pulls SDA low. Okay, this pulls all slave devices on notice that transmission is about to start. अब ट्रांसमिशन स्टार्ट हुआ, लेकिन ट्रांसमीटर स्टार्ट होने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, हमें स्लेव्स की एड्रेस सेंड करनी है. देन if two masters devices wish to take ownership on the bus at one time, let us what will happen, sometimes क्या होगा कि एक मास्टर्स नहीं है, 2-3 मास्टर्स हैं, तो उस सेल में क्या होगा, जो मास्टर्स SDA लाइंस को पुल करेगा, जो मास्टर्स SDA लाइंस को सबसे पहले लो करेगा, तो वो मास्टर्स कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए किसी भी स्लेव से रेडी होगा. अगर 2 मास्टर्स हैं तो जिसने पहले SDA लाइंस लो किया वही स्लेव को